For the community of Culver, Jorja Nelson was more than just a classmate, she was a friend.
Even if she was struggling with something, she'd always put others before herself.
More than just an athlete, she was a competitor.
She kept us excited and she just always wanted to be here.
More than just a student, she was someone who cared.
I loved having her in class and seeing her in the hallway. She was the kid that would ask me how my day was going and take the second to stop and say hi.
More than just a captain, Jorja was a leader.
She always made sure to include all the freshmen in everything, and she never made any of us feel left out.
Jorja Nelson died in a car crash earlier this month, leaving a giant hole in this tight-knit community.
She was a really good friend, and she was somebody who I really looked up to. Not only in high school, but during sports. She put her all into everything.
Heartbreak for a town and a school trying to navigate its way through the loss of one of their own.
It's affected our student body and our team in waves. I mean, we came out here on Monday, not even 48 hours after she passed, and we told the girls, hey, this is an optional practice. If you want to show up and just sit here and just be, you can just sit here and be, because this is one of Jorja's favorite places to be.
Dealing with a tragic loss involving someone you care about is not easy.
We actually had a game that was supposed to happen on Tuesday of earlier this week. We decided to kind of cancel that game just to kind of get our emotions right, let our kids have the opportunity to grieve however they chose to grieve, and get us back to what I call the new normal for us.
With those emotions still fresh, it was a difficult time for the softball team.
It's going to be rough, but I know she's going to want us to push through it and do the best we can.
The Bulldogs playing in their first game since the passing of their teammate, trying to find a new normal in a time that's anything but.
We're going to have to learn how to move on, but we're never going to move on from Jorja. Jorja's always going to be with us. It's just going to be hard to learn how to play without her.
For the Bulldogs, they made sure they honored Jorja. From a moment of silence to a hung-up jersey, this night was all about their former third baseman.
1, 2, 3, Jorja!
They all have turquoise ribbons in their hair. We have flags up everywhere for Jorja. We're all wearing rings, and those are all just some little pieces of Jorja that we have that we can carry with us. But from here on out, without the ribbons, without the rings, it's like every time we step on a softball field as a team, it's different now. It's not the same, and there's a hole. We have a jersey hanging in our dugout right now that, we're missing a player, and they'll carry that jersey with them for the rest of the season and probably the seasons on after this for the foreseeable future, and she will not be forgotten.
Even the opposing team, the Mohawk Mustangs, sending their condolences, gifting Culver softball $500 towards the program in honor of Jorja. The community came out for support, coworkers, and a fleet of vans showing the family they all stand behind them.
You can never prepare yourself for something like that. And the only thing I can say is that we came together as a company for Jason and Sheila and the entire Nelson family.
With one final hug to the parents and personalized messages from the community, it was time to play ball. As the game went on, so did the healing process. Tears turned to hugs, sniffles to cheers. Playing the game of softball with heart and grit, the best way to honor their fallen teammate.
It's been a hard few days for all of us, and I think us coming together and being able to play the game of softball is something that's going to heal our hearts and heal us as people.
The steps towards healing led to the viewpoint at Lake Billy Chinook as the town releases balloons in the sky, a tribute to a fallen beloved teen, Jorja Nelson.
Amen.
Steele Haugen, Central Oregon Daily News.